brief overview of basketball mental training, what it entails. We're going to go through visions, words, body, daily drills, on-court drills, SOS drills, and pre-game drills. So number one, visions. Visions are the pictures you form in your head, and they can form the foundation of a strong mental game. We like to tell players start with mental swishes. Just every morning, wake up and envision swishes, and then shift and visualize playing the actual game. We always like to wrap up with yourself hitting game winners and make sure you see yourself from the outside, like you're in the stands watching yourself, and then get inside your body so you can feel your body as it moves. Make sure you make these as realistic as possible. That's the key. Incorporate your senses. I always say it's like setting the scene in a movie. You know how at the beginning of movies, they kind of show the city and what's going on there to put you in the movie, to give you a sense of immersion in the movie. So hearing things like the sneakers squeaking, hearing the referee, smelling the gym, feeling your jersey on you, feeling the ball, those things, you just kind of set that at the beginning of the visualization to give it texture, to give it feeling, to make it real. Because when it's real, your subconscious mind loves that. It can't tell the difference between something vividly imagined and something that actually happens. That's why you've had dreams that feel so real. When you wake up, you can't believe that they were just dreams. You want your visualizations to be that potent. Second, words. You need to train your words, your internal dialogue. You need to be positive. And sometimes you need to give yourself a light scolding. I always tell players, you don't have to be 100% positive. You can say to yourself in a positive way, right? You're still being positive. You say to yourself, come on, get it together. You're being weak. You're being soft, right? Kind of that David Goggins internal monologue. But you also want to be positive. Like, every day and every way I get better and better. I'm always in the zone. I'm always on fire. That's one of the mantras we teach basketball players. I'm always in the zone. I'm always on fire. You say that even if you're not playing well, if the game's not going well. You say it in practice. It just becomes part of who you are. The words we say kind of get into our bone marrow. And the other thing I'll point out is as you have a mantra or something on your lips, it's also meditative. It's like when monks are in a cave and they're saying, Om Namah Shiva or something, right? Like just repeating something can put you in the zone. Third is your body. You want to have positive body language, a positive facial expression. You want to have a game face. Do you have the scowling game face, right? Like a Kobe or Jordan? Are you stoic, sort of like Kawhi or Tim Duncan? Or are you playing with joy, sort of like Magic or Curry, right? Like have a facial expression, experiment. You can have a mix of them. You can shift throughout the game. But overall, you want to breathe deeply. That's part of the body language, right? Walk confidently, almost walk like Superman, walk with your chin up, right? No matter what happens. Having good body control also helps control composure. 4 daily drills, right? So what we're talking about here, we want to practice this every day. This is part of mental training. You want to do it at least 6 days a week, or just make it. What I used to do is as soon as I woke up, I take 10, 15 minutes and train my mind. That's what we teach you in the Basketball Brain program. So we're visualizing, we're working on our words. We're sticking to our physical routine. That's part of mental training too, right? You go to the gym every day. Part of going to the gym every day is psychological because you need motivation. And we're always working on our 3 C's, our composure, that's our emotions. We're staying at like an even keel, just slightly above even keel. I always tell people it's like you want a room temperature that's at like 70, mid 70s. So it's kind of hot, but it's not too hot and it's not too cold. Kobe talked about controlling the thermometer as far as being in the zone. Concentration, you want to be able to focus. We teach you that in the game. Visualizing helps, right? You visualize yourself shooting shots with people in your face, but you're locked onto the hoop, right? So concentration, being able to block out the noise. And also confidence, which relates to body language and the words and the visions we have, just how you carry yourself. And then, confidence also comes from your routine, which is filled with repetitions. Confidence is really like the bulk of competition is made of repetitions. It's all the work you put in. So, and that's mental and physical. Most guys only put in physical work. If you put in mental work with the physical, it's just adding more reps, and that's increasing confidence. You also want to have on the court drills. When you're practicing, we also want to visualize. When you're shooting hoops, you want to pretend that the best players in the world are guarding you. The best players in the world are D'ing you up, right? And you're scoring on them, or at least the best players And you want to do it with focus and intensity. As you visualize, this increases the ability to go at game speed. Like when I would shoot free throws, I'd pretend a ref just handed me the ball and there were people in the stands. I could hear the of the sound, right? And people are watching. It's the end of the game. You do that and you get in the game, you're going to feel like you were there before. So if 2 guys are at 2 ends of the court shooting, one guy's just doing it physically, right? They're doing the exact same drills. One guy's just doing it physically, but the other guy at the other end is doing it physically and mentally. He's in a real game. The guy at the one end is getting much better than the guy at the other end who's only doing it physically. You also need to have SOS drills. You need to have things you can do when you have a bad game, because it's going to happen. You need to, if you're somebody who has a bad temper, you need to be able to get over that. If you're somebody who's like apathetic or depressed about the game, you need drills to get over that. If like a coach has worn you down and has crushed your self-image and self-esteem, we need to have drills to build that back up. If you're getting worried, right, when you play, or you're over anxious before the game, you need to have drills to snap out of that and to get out of shooting slumps. And finally, we need pregame drills. So we're doing all of this mental training. And again, it only takes, 15, 20 minutes a day. And then just throughout the day, monitor your internal dialogue and your body language. And when you're practicing visual, it's not a whole lot of work to add a lot to your game. Just a little bit of mental training can add so much to your game. But then we have pregame drills, right? We want to go into the game feeling calm, feeling poised, feeling energized, right? So many guys just kind of cross their fingers and hope they have a good game mentally, right? But very often for a big game, especially, you come out and you ever notice in warmups, you're jumping a little higher, right? You got a lot of energy going through you. And that's because you have adrenaline. What we want to do is we want to use that adrenaline, but we want to channel it. We don't want it to overflow the system. So this is how you start to train your brain for basketball. And check out basketballbrain.com to learn more. We also have a vertical jump program called Boing Vert, or you can just do this on your own and visualize and learn to talk to yourself in the right way. Bye.